Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Chapter 14. The thief. The trio, hearts pounding and breaths ragged, burst into the dim, dusty safety of their new safe house. The echoes of their narrow escape from the Ministry of Magic still reverberate in their minds. The room, though small and unadorned, offers a haven of security, a temporary respite from the storm raging outside. The oppressive grip of fear begins to loosen, but the aftermath of their daring mission weighs heavily upon them. Harry, his eyes scanning the room for threats, finally lets his guard down. The Horcrux locket, now in their possession, seems to pulse with a malevolent energy. It is a symbol of their victory, but also a reminder of the dark journey ahead. Their moment of triumph is short-lived as the harsh reality of their situation sinks in. Ron, their loyal friend and steadfast companion, is grievously injured. His face is pale, and beads of sweat trickle down his forehead, the pain etched into his features. "Ron, hold on," Harry urges, his voice steady despite the fear gnawing at his insides. Hermione, ever the quick thinker, is already by Ron's side, her wand at the ready. The urgency in her movements speaks volumes about the severity of Ron's condition. They had escaped the clutches of the Ministry, but the battle was far from over. "Harry, get me some water and clean cloths," Hermione commands, her tone leaving no room for hesitation. Harry springs into action, gathering the supplies as Hermione begins to assess Ron's injuries. The room is filled with a tense silence, broken only by Ron's labored breathing and the soft incantations of Hermione's healing spells. Her hands, though trembling, move with a precision born of necessity. "Vulnera Sananta," Hermione murmurs, her wand tracing delicate patterns over Ron's wounds. The magic works its way into the gashes, knitting torn flesh and soothing inflamed tissue. Ron winces but remains stoic, his trust in Hermione unwavering. Harry watches with a mix of awe and anxiety, knowing that their survival hinges on their ability to care for one another. Hermione's spells are effective, but the process is slow and draining. Each spell takes a toll, both on her and Ron. Yet, there is a determination in her eyes, a refusal to let their journey end here. "Stay with me, Ron," she whispers, her voice laced with both command and plea. She continues to work tirelessly, her hands never faltering, her mind focused solely on the task at hand. As the minutes stretch into an eternity, Harry feels the weight of responsibility pressing down on him. He paces the room, the sense of helplessness gnawing at his core. The Horcrux, a piece of their ultimate enemy, seems to mock him from its place on the table. It is a constant reminder of the battles yet to be fought, the dangers yet to be faced. But in this moment, all that matters is Ron's survival. Finally, after what feels like hours, Hermione leans back, exhaustion etched into her face. "I've done all I can for now," she says, her voice barely above a whisper. Ron, though still in pain, looks slightly better. The color begins to return to his cheeks, and his breathing becomes less labored. "Thank you," he manages to say, his voice weak, but filled with gratitude. "We're not out of the woods yet," Harry reminds them, his voice firm but gentle. "We need to stay vigilant. We can't afford any mistakes." His words, though harsh, are a necessary reminder of the precariousness of their situation. They may have escaped the Ministry, but they are far from safe. Every moment is a battle, every breath a victory. In the quiet of their safe house, the trio takes a moment to regroup. Harry and Hermione work together to secure their surroundings, setting up protective charms and wards to ensure their safety. The tension in the air is palpable, but so is their resolve. They are bound together by a common purpose, a shared destiny. As the night wears on, they take turns keeping watch, their wands at the ready, their senses alert. The darkness outside mirrors the uncertainty within, but within these walls, they find strength in each other. They share whispered conversations, moments of quiet laughter, and solemn vows of determination. Their bond, forged in the fires of adversity, grows stronger with each passing hour. Hermione, her voice soft but steady, speaks words of encouragement. We've come this far, and we'll go further. We'll find a way to destroy the Horcruxes. We'll defeat Voldemort. Together. Her words, though simple, carry the weight of their shared experiences, their shared struggles. They are a beacon of hope in the midst of darkness. Harry, his gaze fixed on the horizon, feels a renewed sense of purpose. We will, he agrees, his voice filled with conviction. No matter what it takes. He looks at his friends, his family, and feels a surge of gratitude and determination. They are his strength, his reason for fighting. With them by his side, he knows they can overcome any obstacle. The night passes slowly, but as dawn breaks, a sense of calm settles over them. They are bruised, battered, but unbroken. Their escape from the Ministry, though fraught with peril, has not defeated them. It has only strengthened their resolve, sharpened their focus. They are ready for whatever comes next. In the light of the new day, they gather their belongings, ready to continue their journey. The road ahead is long, the challenge is many, but they face it with a renewed sense of purpose. They are not just fighting for themselves, but for the future of the wizarding world. Their mission is clear, their resolve unshakable. As they step out into the world once more, they carry with them the lessons learned, the strength gained. They are united, determined, and ready to face whatever comes their way. Together, they will fight. Together, they will prevail. Their story is one of courage, resilience, and unwavering hope. And it is far from over. In the dimly lit confines of their safe house, the air is thick with tension and anticipation. Harry, Ron, and Hermione, though battered and weary, gather around the locket Horcrux they have just retrieved from the Ministry. The triumph of their escape is tempered by the knowledge that their journey is far from over. The locket, a dark and ominous artifact, lies before them, a symbol of the evil they must conquer. The trio knows that each moment counts, and every decision is critical in their quest to defeat Voldemort. Right, Harry begins, his voice steady and resolute. We have the locket. Now we need to figure out how to destroy it. His eyes, filled with determination, meet those of his friends. The enormity of their task looms large, but so does their resolve. They have come too far to turn back now. Hermione, ever the brilliant strategist, leans forward. We need to understand how to break the enchantments protecting it. Remember, we destroyed the diary with a basilisk fang and the ring with the sword of Gryffindor. Both are imbued with basilisk venom, which is one of the few substances capable of destroying Horcruxes. Her mind races, cataloging the information they have gathered over their arduous journey. The path ahead is fraught with danger, but she knows they must remain focused. Ron, though still recovering from his injuries, nods in agreement. So, we need to find another weapon that's powerful enough. But where do we start looking? His voice, though tinged with pain, carries an undercurrent of determination. They have faced insurmountable odds before, and they have emerged stronger each time. This is no different. As they ponder their next move, a chilling realization dawns upon them. Grimmauld Place, Hermione says, her voice suddenly urgent. We can't go back there. Our disguises were seen at the Ministry. It's no longer safe. The gravity of her words hangs in the air, a stark reminder of the precariousness of their situation. Their sanctuary has been compromised, and they must find a new refuge. Harry clenches his fists, frustration and resolve mixing in his veins. We need to keep moving. Staying in one place for too long is too risky. He looks at his friends, his family, and feels a surge of determination. They have faced countless challenges, and they have overcome each one with courage and unity. This will be no different. We'll find another place, Ron says, his voice gaining strength. We'll stay ahead of them. We always do. His words, simple yet powerful, echo the resilience that has carried them through the darkest of times. They are not just fighting for their lives, but for the future of the wizarding world. Hermione takes a deep breath, her mind already working on a plan. We'll need to gather supplies and move quickly. We can't afford to be caught off guard. Her voice, though calm, carries the weight of their mission. They must stay vigilant, stay strong, and stay united. As they pack their belongings, the trio exchanges looks of determination. They are bound by a shared purpose, a shared destiny. They know that the road ahead is perilous, but they also know that they are stronger together. Each step they take, each decision they make, brings them closer to their ultimate goal, the destruction of Voldemort and the restoration of peace to their world. With the locket secured, they step out into the unknown once more. The path before them is uncertain, but their resolve is unshakable. They will find the remaining Horcruxes. They will destroy them. And they will fight with every ounce of strength they have until Voldemort is defeated. As the night deepens, they press on, their hearts filled with hope and determination. They are not just fighting for themselves, but for everyone who believes in a better, brighter future. Their courage, their unity, and their unwavering resolve light the way forward. They are the beacon of hope in the darkest of times. Their story is one of resilience, bravery, and the unbreakable bonds of friendship. And as they move forward, they carry with them the knowledge that they are capable of overcoming any challenge, defeating any enemy, and ultimately, achieving victory. Together, they are unstoppable. Together, they will prevail. The trio found themselves once again in the safe house, the air thick with tension and determination. Despite their escape from the Ministry of Magic, they knew the road ahead was fraught with danger. Yet, they also knew they had to press on. Their mission was too important, their cause too noble, to allow fear to paralyze them. Phineas Nigellus, Hermione called out, standing before the portrait of the former headmaster. His eyes flickered open, looking at them with a mix of disdain and curiosity. "We need your help." The portrait sighed, looking as though he had better things to do. "What is it this time?" he drawled. "We need to know everything you can tell us about Voldemort's recent activities," Harry said, stepping forward. His voice was firm, carrying the weight of their collective desperation. They had to stay one step ahead of Voldemort, had to find the remaining Horcruxes before it was too late. Phineas Nigellus's expression softened slightly at the mention of Voldemort. Despite his haughty demeanor, he understood the gravity of their request. "Very well," he said, his tone grudgingly cooperative. "I've overheard him speaking of a place he believes holds great power. A secret he is desperate to protect." Hermione's eyes lit up with a spark of hope. "Thank you," she said, already making mental notes of the information. Every piece of the puzzle brought them closer to their goal. As they turned away from the portrait, Hermione reached into her enchanted bag and pulled out a series of items, spreading them out on the table. "I've been preparing for this," she said, her voice filled with determination. "We have enough food, medical supplies, and magical tools to last us for a while. We need to stay on the move, but at least we'll be prepared." Ron looked at her with admiration. "You think of everything, Hermione," he said, his voice filled with gratitude. It was her meticulous planning that had kept them safe thus far, and they all knew it. Harry's scar suddenly burned with a searing pain, and he fell to his knees, clutching his head. The familiar sensation of being pulled into Voldemort's mind was overwhelming. He saw Voldemort standing over a trembling figure, a thief who had stolen something valuable. The scene was brutal, Voldemort's fury palpable as he demanded answers and then, with a swift motion, ended the thief's life. Harry gasped as he came back to reality, his friends by his side. "He's looking for something," Harry said, his voice strained but resolute. "Something he thinks will make him invincible." Hermione's face paled, but her resolve only strengthened. "Then we need to find it first," she said. "Whatever it is, we have to get to it before he does." The trio gathered their supplies, their spirits lifted by their unwavering commitment to their mission. They knew the path ahead would be treacherous, but they also knew they had each other. Their friendship was their greatest strength, their shared purpose a beacon of hope in the darkest of times. As they stepped out into the unknown once more, their hearts were filled with determination. They were fighting not just for themselves, but for the entire wizarding world. They would find the Horcruxes, they would destroy them, and they would stand against Voldemort with every ounce of courage they possessed. Their journey was far from over, but they faced it with an unbreakable spirit. Together, they were unstoppable. Together, they would prevail. With Phineas Nigellus's information and Hermione's careful preparations, they had the tools and the knowledge they needed to continue their quest. And with Harry's connection to Voldemort, they had a unique advantage that would guide them through the challenges ahead. They moved forward with a sense of purpose, their resolve stronger than ever. They would fight, they would endure, and they would never give up. Because they knew that, in the end, love and friendship were the greatest magic of all.